But let's talk health now. We said earlier that reports of a diphtheria outbreak in Rano local government area of Kano State has left 50 children dead, raising serious concerns from residents and government alike. And we also mentioned that our correspondent is in Rano as we speak, where he has been speaking with residents, the health workers and other stakeholders to establish what is happening on the ground, to also talk about the circumstances surrounding the reported deaths and the response to the outbreak. Enoch Stephen is currently there now, and he joins us live from Rano in Kano State. Enoch Stephen, this is, it's quite scary when we talk about outbreaks, diphtheria, Ebola. Diphtheria is quite unique, right? What exactly is the update? And just for the viewers, what would you tell us about diphtheria itself?
Okay, so diphtheria is an infection which, happens mostly to young children, and it starts with fever, and then they start coughing, and afterwards you'd see a thick substance behind the tongue which surfaces, and that is when you can know exactly that this is diphtheria. And currently I'm in Rurum ward in Rano local government area. So the thing is, that lawmaker said 50 people have died, 50 children. So yesterday, the DG of the Kano State Center for Disease Control said that throughout the year, they have only recorded 32 cases. But right now in the community, it may be more than that, because I went to, a street where almost in every 2 or 3 houses, someone had died there. Many people are dying and they are so scared about it. And one thing to understand is that when they have this distress call, or when they realize that their children have, gone down with diphtheria, they refer them to Rano hospital, which is just, a few kilometers away from here. When they go there, the health workers, they refer them down to Kano State, which is very, very far, over more than 20 kilometers. And because of, the poverty level in some places, some cannot afford transport to take their children down there. So some children end up dying on the way. Some end up, taking their children back because they can't afford transport to take their children to the isolation center, because here there is no isolation center. I would speak to Ado Yusuf, the village head of this particular community where many people have died, to tell us, how they're facing, how they're grappling with this situation, and what they need in particular. So his name is Ado Yusuf, the village head of Rurum. So kaga mutane nawa sun mutu anan.
Gaskiya mutanen da yawa. Don ba mu kididdige ba, in ba asibitoci ko wannan, to kuma wasu a gida suke mutuwa, wasu ba sa zuwa asibiti. So don haka wannan shine dalilin da yasa, kuma a gaskiya muna roƙon mai girma shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu da kuma sanatan mu Kawu Sumaila na Kano ta Kudu, da kuma ref mu Right Honorable Kabila a rasar wannan ƙasa tasu ce, kuma muna roƙon su da su taimaka mana, saboda yanzu ɗaukar yaron zuwa Rana ma 20 km ne yake kai mu, to kuma babu hanyar ba ta da kyau. In ka za ka ɗauki at least awa 1.5 kana tafiya zuwa Rano. So kuma daga Rano in ka je ba za a samu cikakken magani ba, za a yi referral ɗinka a ce ka tafi Kano. To kuma Kano daga Rano ma zuwa Kano at least kilomita 60 km. So da haka wannan shi dalilin da yasa yaran namu suke galabaita, wasu kuma sakamakon rashin kuɗi. Rayuwa ta yi tsanani, ba kuɗi, da haka shi ne dalilin da yasa wasu in an daga Rana ma an yi referral ɗin su Kano, kawai za su ce sun gara su dawo gida, kuma sun dawo gida yaran su za su mutu. So da haka yaran da suka mutu suna da yawa sosai. Shi yasa nace ko zaga dan a je a gama tabbacin cewa yaran da suka mutu akwai yawa a gidajen da suka mutu.
Okay, Ngode. So Blessings, he has said just the same thing that I pointed out to you earlier, and he's saying he's calling on, he made mention of President Tinubu, Kawu Sumaila, and that's some authorities that are here, the person representing this particular, central district, is calling on them because they want an isolation center, because it's quite, it's sad that in this local government area, in this place, there is no isolation center. That is why people keep dying. And the thing is, before you take a child from this village down to Rano local government area, the headquarters, it's about 20 kilometers. And from Rano down to Kano, it's about 60 kilometers. And from there to the, either IDH, that is the infectious disease hospital, it takes a long time. So some people end up, as you said, some die on the way. And some, when they say, okay, go down to Kano, some don't have that money. Some might say, okay, let me just treat my child here with whatever I have. And they end up dying here. So that is why people are dying. At the moment, there's someone who told me that there's a child that he can show me who is grappling with the disease at the moment. So people here, they are dying, and it's something that is very alarming. And I believe the health authorities have to come to this place and do something, that will curtail this. If not, I don't pray we have much deaths, but it's something that's very alarming. And the health authorities really need to do something about that. Of course, the Kano Center for Disease Control said they're, they're putting up their top gears to ensure that this is being curtailed. But I believe they need to act very fast if you ask me. Blessings.
All right, Stephen Enoch there, and this is a very dire situation, and just like he said, it's very pertinent that action is taking, swift action for that matter, especially when it comes to isolation centers and quick treatment. Thank you so much, Stephen Enoch, for the update.